that's it. You guys got such a sneak peek. Of course, some things will change on it, but that's a general idea. Like, I know that some of the drums and things will change. But I hope that you enjoyed your sneak peek. I'm going to see if you guys have any questions here. So we have 10 minutes, or 10 minutes left. Let me just check. If you guys have any good questions, either about music or literally anything. Okay, I'm starting to see some of them. Do you produce all the demos too, or do you get help? I get help. So pretty much what I do right now, what my process is, obviously every song is different, but I usually kind of like come up with some ideas, and then I take some time to write the song just on my own by myself. And then usually I write pretty much the whole song by myself, or at least, verse, chorus, the general idea. And then I bring it to my friend Ben. For the most part, he's been my producer for the last couple albums, and I just think we have similar taste, and he really understands my ideas. So sometimes if there's still some writing to do or some moving parts around to do, he'll help with that. But otherwise, I just make, voice memo. Maybe I'll make a few ideas for music, like musical instrumentation stuff. Maybe I'll have some reference tracks that I bring to him. And then we just either go to his studio or come to my house, and we start putting it all together. So I make demos with him. And then if there's things that, like instruments that we couldn't play, then we usually have at least 2 days in a bigger studio where we can do things like drums, because neither of us play drums, and maybe some other instrumentation. And we have a couple other musician friends come, and we kind of solidify the whole thing with real instruments if we just put in programmed stuff. So that's kind of the process. I hope that's helpful. Let's see. Thanks for playing Midnight Fireworks. It helped me write my book. Oh, that's amazing. You wrote a whole book? This is from Lady Imbral. Do you feel like the fireworks are happening now or with your new album? I don't know. I think I wrote that song. What's funny is I wrote that song when there was a lot going on with my career, but I still felt like I would look around me, living in LA and having very talented, cool friends here that I worked with on like Walking Dead, or even my other music friends who are super cool, super talented. I think when I looked around, I was like, oh, are other people moving faster? Should I be in some other place already? But I've kind of learned that I just have to move at my own pace. That's how I make the best stuff. And sometimes my own pace is a bit slower. I don't know when the midnight fireworks happen. I don't know when but I always have this sense that something big is on the horizon. I feel like I've been so lucky to experience already so many really cool things in my career, really cool wins. I've gotten to go on big, long tours. I got to go on a big tour with This Is War. But then after that album, I felt like, oh, something more is going to happen. Something where it reaches a bigger audience. And so I think I'm still, I feel like the midnight fireworks that I'm talking about in that song have yet to arrive, I guess. But I don't know if they ever will, or if it's just all, a journey. But the main part of that song is just kind of like, stay in your own lane when really exciting things happen for like my friends or for the people around me. Like I really try to use that as inspiration as opposed to something that makes me feel like I'm moving too slow or, not good enough or something like that. So yeah, it's nice to hear that song helped you write a book. That's so cool. Okay. Who or what is your biggest inspiration? Honestly, my biggest inspiration are my friends, my other music friends. I feel like, yeah, and my family. My dad has really good music taste, so he introduced me to all my first favorite singers, like the Carpenters and Joni Mitchell and the Eagles. So I feel like in that way, my family is a big inspiration. My relationships become such a big inspiration to what I write. Yeah, I take inspiration from everywhere. Okay. Emmy, when will you release the Walking Dead songs you recorded? Will they be on your new album? That is a great question, Daniel. I think that I will be releasing them. So I did make an EP that is a bunch of the songs from Walking Dead, but I have yet to release it. I'm trying to figure out exactly the best way to release it. I might do something that's not very traditional. Like rather than just uploading it to Spotify or something, I might do more of like a physical distribution, or do like Bandcamp. I'm going to do something different, but I will release it before the end of the year. So you can count on that. It's an EP. It has, just covers from The Walking Dead and then one original song. But it won't be on my new album. It'll be separate from the new album that I'm working on. It's all finished. I just have to figure out the distribution part of it. So that's my plan, but you'll get it before the end of the year. I know it's July, and you're like, that's so long, but to me, that feels like it's just going to come up so fast. Okay. Oh, someone wrote Carole King Tapestry. I loved that album. My mom had that album, actually. The Dreaming Unicorn wrote, is the EP you're releasing this year only going to be covers, or will it have new songs? It'll have one new song. The others will be covers from Walking Dead. Target mini vinyl. That's... I am thinking of doing like a miniature vinyl. That is a great idea, and that is an idea that I have actually thought of. So I'm thinking for the EP, it is going to be like a little miniature vinyl. That's the plan right now. Let's see. You should offer your EP at merch tables at live shows. I will. Someone wrote, when did you start writing music? I'm 17 and I'm just starting, and you've been my biggest inspiration. You know what? If you're starting at 17, that is so cool. I started writing poems when I was really little, and I would write songs here and there, but I mostly liked to learn other people's songs when I was a teenager. I loved Mariah Carey, like I said, the Carpenters. So I really enjoyed learning other people's songs. And then I remember writing a few songs in college, but I really didn't start taking songwriting seriously until I moved to New York City. And I started singing backup for a bunch of folk bands. And then on the side, I would start writing these little songs and sing them for my roommates. And then a really good friend of mine, like I said, I have been writing poems like my whole life since I was a little kid, like just little poems in my journals and stuff. So writing has always been a part of my life. But I showed a couple of these songs to my friend Conrad, who was a bass player at the time. And I met him through doing a show called Spring Awakening on Broadway. And he was like, your songs are really good. You should do your own project instead of, singing backup for these bands. You should be doing your own project. So he helped me record that first EP, Blue Toothbrush. And then that kind of just got me into it. And I started writing songs all the time whenever I thought of them or had time. And I started teaching myself guitar. I didn't start teaching myself guitar until I was in my 20s in New York City. Wait, you've done background vocals? Yes, I used to sing backup for a couple different bands in New York. So that's kind of how I got into the music scene in New York. Okay, you guys, it looks like it cut out for a second, but we only have someone wrote waffles or pancakes? Waffles for sure. Because you got the grooves for the syrup and the butter. That's a fun one. Do you have plans to perform in Europe? I would love to. I don't have any plans right now, but I would love to. Okay. So, you guys, I think that's it. I'm going to do one more song to kind of close out our show. But I'm so happy that you could make it to this last Veep show. These shows have been so fun for me. Just to get to try out new songs for you and get to connect with you guys somewhere else besides just, Instagram or TikTok or whatever. But thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting my music. I recognize obviously a lot of the same names and same people at these shows, and you guys supporting me, coming to these shows, buying tickets to the shows, buying merch, it really helps me to be able to keep making new music. And so I'm just so very appreciative. I love writing songs, and I'm so happy to hear that they are, benefiting you and in your lives, and you're enjoying them, because that's why I do it. I thought this was another highly requested song, and I thought it was a good ending song. It's Untitled, and it's off of Swim Team. And it's kind of about, I don't know if you guys remember in the pandemic, you wouldn't meet up with people, but I was single and I was doing some online dating, so I would talk to someone on FaceTime or something to try to get a vibe. And it was very strange, but strange to get to know someone that way. But it's also the way we all connect now a lot, is through TikTok and Instagram and Zoom, and it's nice to connect that way. Sometimes it can really change your day to connect with someone over the internet. And it's been nice to connect with all of you today. I need somebody to the news, the world, this city, my house is too cold. We strike a match and strike a conversation. Show me your best yoga demonstration. I like how you look through the computer, but I want to see your freckles a little clearer. Maybe the world is empty, but it'd be nice to have one last begin. Maybe the sky is falling, but every day you've been calling. I don't want to go back to before. I don't want the tape to rewind. Send me all your songs and all the books I've never read. Eternal sunshine and the spotless night. 'Cause I need somebody to love. Someone who makes me feel brand new. Somebody patient, smart and kind. Somebody just like you. Maybe the world is empty, but it'd be nice to have one last beginning. Maybe the sky is falling, but every day you can call me. Maybe our lungs will lose their breath. Maybe this earth will be laid to rest. Maybe the stars will dim their light, but I got to fall in love a little tonight. Okay, you guys, thank you for being at the last show of the summer. I hope you have a great August. It's Leo season. Hope you have a great summer. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.